Hello students, good morning to all of you. Welcome to the online classes. Today's topic is determination of income and employment. Determination of income and employments. It means how to determine our income and employment. We are discussing that macroeconomics. We have already discussed the difference between microeconomics and macroeconomics. So for difference is concerned, we are discussing microeconomics deals with the individual behavior, macroeconomics deals with that aggregate behaviors. At that time we are saying that macroeconomics deals with that aggregate demand, aggregate supply, theory of employment. These are the example of that macroeconomics we have already discussed. Today's time that was discussed what is in the differentiate, that we will go here in detail. Income determination of income and employments. As well as we also discussed that what is multiplier. So there is some economic concept. Before we discuss the determination of income and employment, we must discuss what do mean by aggregate demands. What do mean by aggregate demand, or in short it is to be called that AD, aggregate demand or AD. Dear students, in expenditure method we have already discussed that components of that expenditure method is that government final consumption expenditures, private final consumption expenditure, and gross domestic capital formations and change in stock. Again I am repeating: private final consumption expenditure, government final consumption expenditure, gross domestic capital formation, and net export. Gross domestic capital formation is divided into two parts: gross domestic fixed capital formation and change in stock. So that is related here, that aggregate demand. What is aggregate demand? Aggregate demand means the total demand of final goods and services. Total demand of goods and services in the economy. Total demand of goods and services in the economy. It means the people, those who are intended to expend their income, that is called the total expenditure. The man want to spend that money, that is that aggregate expenditure on final goods and services. That is also called that aggregate expenditure on final goods and services. The total expenditure in an economy on final goods and services is to be known as the aggregate demands. It means in an economy there is household, or that farm, governments. Households, farms and governments. There are the bisectoral and three sectoral and four sectorals. We have already known household, firm, governments. Households, firm and governments. These three sectors, they are ready to spend money for purchasing that final goods and services is to be known as the aggregate demands. It means the aggregate demand is the total amount of money, which are spent by all the section of the society is to be known as the aggregate demands. The total amount of money by the three sectors, households, firms, government, are ready to spend is to be known as the aggregate demands. It is clear? Or these are the measurement in an accounting year. That is generally 1 year, which year starts that 1st April to 31st March of next year is to be called the accounting year. So the money value of all total goods and services demanded in an economy or by an economy during a given periods, that is to be called the aggregate demand. Again I repeat, what is aggregate demand? After all this analysis, we will write that one sentence. What is aggregate demand? Aggregate demand is the money value of total money value of all the final goods and services or it may be written total goods and services. These total and goods services are demanded who will demand it? By an economy in an accounting year. In an accounting year is to be known as aggregate demand. So aggregate demand is the total money value of all the final goods and services. Total goods and services are demanded by an economy in an accounting year or given period of time. This is called the aggregate demand. Now, dear students, you are clear about the meaning of demand. What do you mean by aggregate demands? So it may be said like this: this aggregate demand equal to total expenditures. Total expenditure in an economy. Total expenditures here, the society or the community or the country, what they want to spend that money on the goods and services in an accounting year, it is to be known as the aggregate demands. It means the man or the society or the communities, they are intend to spend that money in an accounting year is to be known as that aggregate demands. Sometimes we may use here X and T. Remember it. It means we are planned. We are intend to spend that money during an accounting year or during the given period of time of that or on that goods and services, the total goods and services, that is to be called that aggregate demand. Now it is clear what do we know aggregate demands. So aggregate demand is synonymous with that aggregate expenditure. It means aggregate demand is also to be called that aggregate expenditures. Aggregate demand is also known as aggregate expenditures. So whenever we spend that money, we have to satisfy our needs, we have to fulfill our needs. That needs can be classified as per our requirements, as per that macroeconomics concern. There are two components mainly, consumption and investments. Consumption and investment. So we will discuss what are the components of aggregate demand. Aggregate demand components or components of aggregate demand. Components of aggregate demand or aggregate demand components. Components of aggregate demands or components of aggregate demands. The first components is that household consumption demand. Household consumption demands. First one, household consumption demand. Household consumption demand. What do you mean by household consumption demand? Or it is private consumption demand. Household consumption demand, or it may be told as private consumption demand. What do you mean by household demand consumptions? The value of goods and services that households are able to willing to buy. Households. You have already known what do you mean by households. Households willing to buy. Households willing to buy all the goods that is to be known as household consumption of demands. Household willing to buy all the goods, that value is to be known as household consumption demands. Or it is defined the value of goods and services that households are able or willing to buy. What do you mean by household consumption demand? Now the value of goods and services are willing to buy by households is known as household consumption demands. The total value of goods and services are willing to buy by households is to be known as the household consumption demand, or it is to be called that household consumption expenditures. For example, the households demand is food, clothing, shelter. These are the demand by the households. So this food, clothing, housing, shelter, or this house can be made by the bricks, cements, or we may say that for furnitures, etc. Or all these goods are to be demanded by their households is to be known as the household consumption demand or private consumption demands. It means the total expenditure incurred by households to purchase that goods and services are known as household consumption demand or private consumption demands. Again I repeat, what is household consumption demands? The total expenditure to be incurred by all the households are willing to buy is to be known as the household consumption demand or private consumption demand. These are the examples: food, clothing, shelter or house, furniture, etc. This is the example of the household consumption demand or the private consumption demands. After that, first one is household consumption demand or private consumption demand or household expenditure. Not only we spend that money consumption, but also for the development of an economy or to earn that more and more money, we also invest that money for that development of an economy or to increase that more and more economy. That is called that private investment demand. Number 2, private investment demand. Private investment demand. It means second component is that private investment demand. What do we mean by private investment demand? If a person wants to start a business, he has to purchase that machines, he has to purchase the different kinds of equipments, he has to make that buildings. These are the expenditure. Before the starting of the productions, he has to arrange all these things. After that, he will start the production and he will earn that money, or he will be able to earn that profit by investing his capital. This is called the private investment demands. This is that ex ante. It means before the starting of the production, he must arrange all these things, which way he can increase his capital. That is to be called the private investment demand. In short, it is called that I. Private investment demand is I. Household consumption is called that C. Now it is clear what do mean by private investment demands. So private investment refer to that types of expenditure when a society, community or anybody else totally they are ready to spend that money in that machines or building or that raw materials is to be known as private investments. This investment can be divided into two parts. This investment can be divided into two parts. One is autonomous investments. Another is that induced investments. Autonomous investment and induced investments. I will later on discuss the two types of investment. Just I am giving brief what is the autonomous investments. Whenever you want to more return, at that time you invested more and more capital, or whatever may be the income, if your investment will remain same, that is to be called that autonomous investments. And when your investment will increase due to earn that more and more profit and production, that is to be called that induced investments. It means autonomous investment will remain same and induced investment it may increase. We will discuss all in detail later on. Now you clear that what do we mean by private investment demand? It refers to the planned or that expenditure on creation of new capital assets like machines, buildings or raw materials by that private entrepreneurs is to be known as that private investment demand, or shortly it is called that I. So in an economy, always the investment is done for the future profits or the production capacity what is now, that capacity will be increased and will earn that maximum profits. That is why an economy grows through investment. Remember it. An economy grows through investment. An economy grows through investments. So investment is there two types. One is autonomous investment, another is that investment. So the relationship between investment demand and rate of interest is called that investment demand functions. The relationship between investment demand and rate of interest. The relationship investment demand and rate of interest is called that investment demand functions. It means if rate of interest will be low, 12%, 10%, 9%, 8%, 7% like. So whenever the rate of interest will be low, you will be interested to more investment. If the rate of interest will be high, you will take loan from bank very less and less, and investment will be less. If investment rate of interest will be increased, investment will be less. If rate of interest will be decreased, investment will be more. So that relationship, that is that the relationship between investment demand and the rate of interest is called that investment demand functions. So investment is two types. One is autonomous investment, another is that induced investments. But all private investment expenditure is assumed to be that autonomous investments. All private expenditures are to be known as that autonomous expenditures. Private expenditure are to be known as that autonomous investments. Assumed. So the components of aggregate demand is first is that household or private consumption expenditure. Second one is that private investment demand, and third one government demand for goods and services. Third one government demand of goods and services. Government demand of goods and services. That is shortly G. This is C, household consumption demand, private investment demand, that is I, and third one, government demand of goods and services. Dear students, you have already known government also spend that money for the consumption and that investment purposes. It means suppose government demands that social welfare or for the protection of the citizen of our country, we must need our defense arms and equipments. So these kinds of expenditures are incurred by the government is to be known as that government demand of goods and services. And there is the different offices. For that offices purpose, that government spends that money, different kinds of stationaries, or government for the welfare purposes make the road, hospital, transportation facilities, communication facilities, parks, etc. These kinds of expenditure is to be known as that government demands of goods and services. So what do you mean by government demand and services? Whenever that government plan to expend that money on purchase of consumer goods and capital goods to fulfill the common needs of the societies. Again I repeat, whenever government planned expenditure are to be done for the consumer welfare or to purchase that goods and services like transportation facilities, hospital facilities, road, opening the school, these kinds of expenditure are to be known as that government demand of goods and services. So it is to be called that it refers to the planned expenditure on purchase of consumers capital goods, consumer goods and capital goods. Consumer goods we have already discussed, consumer goods and capital goods. Government's expenditure make plan to spend that on consumer goods and capital goods. What is consumer goods? What is capital goods? We have already discussed. So these consumer goods and capital goods can fulfill the needs of the societies. That needs to fulfill that societies, or we may say that fulfill that common needs. Fulfill that common needs of the society. Fulfill the common needs of the society. These are school, hospital, defense equipments, road, buildings, parks. These are that expenditure are done by that government is to be known as the government demand of goods and services. So what do you mean government of demand and services? Government of demand of services refers to plan expenditure on purchase of consumer goods and capital goods to fulfill the needs of the societies, to fulfill the common needs of the societies, is to be known as government demand of goods and services. In short, it is to be called that G. Next, fourth one that we have already discussed in that expenditure method. That point is also here, that is that net exports. That is fourth one, net export. I will not explain more about the net export. Already I have explained. The formula is X minus M. The difference between export and import is to be known as that net exports. So net export demand means that aggregate of all the demand for our goods and services by foreign countries over the country demand for foreign countries goods and services. It means what the goods we are demanded that we are purchasing from that foreign countries, that is imports, and what that foreign countries demanded that goods are produced our country in our own country and that is sold in the foreign country, so that is in term is called that export. So whenever that export will be more than that value of imports, then that difference is to be known as the net export, that is called that export minus import is to be called that net exports. So above all, the components of national incomes are household consumption demand or private consumption demand, private investment demands, government demand of goods services, and net exports. Again I repeat, the components of that aggregate demand is household consumption demand, private investment demand, government demand of goods services, and net export. This can be shortly we may write aggregate demand AD equal to consumption plus investment plus government expenditures plus net export or X minus M. This is called that aggregate demand. So whenever we are discussing that aggregate demand, that means consumption, investment, government expenditures, and X minus M will be the net export. But Keynes is an economist. You have already known that name of the economist Keynes. According to Keynes, he said there is only two components of the aggregate demand, that is consumption plus investments. According to Keynes. According to Keynes, we avoid all this government and export. He analyzed that only consumption and investment, that is the private consumption and private investment, government consumption or government investment, and net export is David, and only that consumption plus investment is called that aggregate demands. Who says? Keynes. Keynes takes that AD as the sum total of first two components, that is that household consumption demand and private investment demands. According to Q, all the analysis in this chapter will discuss that only that consumption and investment of that aggregate demands. It means how this consumption and investments are to be aggregate demand, how it affects to our economy, that we'll discuss in the next video. Thank you very much.